This video is sponsored by Doing Things Differently. So obviously we're in a little bit different setup than normal. Really, honestly, do you have to be that annoying? I don't have great lighting. I don't have great sound control. But I'm baking a cake and I figured now is a great time to do a writing update since it's been a while since I've done one of those. We're gonna be making the butterbeer cake I promised myself I would get if I finished my book. So there you go, writing update. There are recipes you can find online. I used one when I was first figuring out how to make a butterbeer cake. I used one, and I didn't actually use that particular recipe. I just kind of used it to figure out what my recipe is going to be because I'm lazy, and so I'm not gonna make an actual cake, so I just use regular yellow cake batter mix. And then I add a teaspoon of butter flavoring to it because I'm lazy. Yeah. So we're gonna do that now. As far as writing goes, that means that we have finished the book. It is just under 60,000 words, which is where I wanted it to be. Thankfully, I didn't want to have a giant, ridiculous manuscript that I was going to have to trim down since I always add. This is actually the third time I've tried to write this story. Just things were not clicking, and that's because I wasn't telling the right story yet. It was also because the first time I went in and I tried to pants it, and I'm not a pantser by any means. I have to have my plot, at least a few points written down. And then I discovered Save the Cat after trying to write it a second time. And so the third time, Save the Cat just came in and was fantastic. Oh, come on. Work with me here. Thank you. Save the Cat Writes a Novel is a lifesaver. I love it. I recommend it. It helped me really think about what I wanted to do with the plot and where I wanted it to go. And since this is the first, this one needs to stand alone. It's the first in a trilogy, but I wanted it to be able to be sold without having to, if the trilogy doesn't get sold, I want it to be, I want it to be a standalone with series potential, I guess, even though my entire vision for this series is a trilogy. For me to really do what I want to do with it, I would need the trilogy, or at least a duology. So I had to lay the groundwork for some stuff. I ended up cutting out a lot of it. I was I can't even get to this till book 2, so. But I had to sit down figuring that out, and then realizing that it was a dual narrative really changed things for me. Okay, so we had to do a slight change of plans because the battery on my camera died. Where did I put my pot holder? I don't want to hold it. So the pans, hold on. The cakes, look at that. I've got 2 of these now. Whoops, I'm making a mess. So we've got the cakes, and while the cakes are cooling, I figured that would be a good time to start on the frosting. The first thing that we are going to be making is a butterscotch ganache that is dairy-free, because I can't do dairy. I'm allergic. It's fun. And for that, you're going to need some sort of vegan butter or dairy-free margarine. You need brown sugar. You need some sort of milk substitute. I have coconut milk. That is not vanilla extract, but you need vanilla extract, so let's go grab that. We've got vanilla extract now. Let's see, vanilla extract, you need some salt, and I'll walk you through everything that needs to go in there. So let's put this needs the thing on the bottom of it, hold on. So you're going to need a 1/3 cup of the butter substitute that you're using, or butter, I guess it would work if you want to, if you don't need dairy-free, I think you can probably just melt some butterscotch chips and throw some milk in there. I think is how you make butterscotch ganache. I don't remember where I was updating you guys. Let's see. I think we talked about the fact that I used Save the Cat. I think we talked about the fact that, hold on, I can't talk and scoop butter at the same time, apparently. Ash Girl is done. The novel is done, for now. I'm making this in September. I finished September 5th, by the way. No, September 4th, right before I left for Booknet Fest. All right, we're gonna melt that. And the reason we're making this first is you need this for the buttercream frosting, or the butterbeer frosting, and I'm actually going to be using the recipe that I found online with Lactose Girl. I'll link all of these recipes below, except for the cake mix recipe, because prepare as directed on the back of your cake box. All right. Nope, that's still wet. So I'm currently on a break for like 2 more days. You're gonna need 2/3 of a cup of the brown sugar, and I believe that is packed. No, it doesn't say whether it's packed or not packed. But we're gonna pack it because the more sugar, the better is my motto. So we've got 1/3 cup of butter, 2/3 a cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of coconut milk. There we go. 1/2 cup of that stuff. And then, ooh, that's the thick stuff too. Okay, we're adding 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. And let me tell you, this stuff is delicious. Like, if it wasn't hot, you could just eat it out of the pan. And then finally, we gotta dry this off. You need a 1/4 cup of salt. Not a 1/4 cup, a 1/4 teaspoon. So to recap, 1/3 cup of whatever butter substitute you want, 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of your milk substitute, 1/2 teaspoon of your vanilla extract, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm making a mess. And then you just take a spatula and mix it all together until it is gloriously melty and the sugar is all melted. It's gonna take a minute. Let's see, medium low. So we need to get this up. I'm guessing we need to get it, yeah. All right, so you're gonna get it till it bubbles, and then you're gonna stir it for 3 minutes. Whoops. I didn't do this correctly, but that's fine. Follow the recipe, guys, don't follow me. I have no idea what I'm doing. I should have read it, but I've done this so many times, honestly, I've done this so many times, I just needed to know what ingredients. I just have never used, like, coconut milk in it before, I don't think, but I think if we boil, like, we can boil this down, like, you're gonna boil it down. While I am waiting for this to start bubbling and reduce down to the consistency that I need it to be, because you want it to be like, it'll stick on your, it'll kind of like drizzle properly. So I just said, okay, so we're on a break for the next 3 days, and then I am going to dive in to edits. And by dive into edits, I mean I'm going to take 2 weeks, or however long, like up to 2 weeks, to read the book and make notes for the things that I want to change. I'm going to change that, and then I'm going to send it off to beta readers and to my critique partner, because I have an awesome critique partner who has good feedback. In theory, most critique partners have good feedback. So that's Ash Girl. We have finished Ash Girl. We need to edit it over. I'm probably going to take October and November to edit it, so you probably won't hear from me again until then. I think I can turn my cakes out, but I'm not entirely sure. All right. And then for, what's the other one? For TQG, I am about to go into my second round of edits. So by the time you've seen this, I haven't sent them out, not edits, second round of queries. I haven't sent the queries out yet, but I have my listed agents. I'm going to be sitting down today, tomorrow, and Monday, and to get them out by the end of the month. So there's that. That's the writing update for you guys. I have one book that I'm about to start editing. Woohoo! You know how much I love that. I have one book that I am going to be continuing querying. We haven't heard back, like, I have heard back from the agents. I heard back from 2 of the agents I queried last time, and one of them asked for a full, but neither of them wanted it. So that's fine. I was not expecting to, hit pay dirt the first time I queried an agent, but it does tell me that my query is effective, that they're responding back. So that's helpful. I just set a timer. I'm going to turn you guys off till the next step, and I don't know, I'm going to listen to an audiobook or something while I let this kind of boil down to where it needs to be. Okay, so we're back. Now it's time for the frosting. So for the frosting, you're going to need, come back here, you're going to need 1/2 cup of butter, 1/3 cup of this butterscotch ganache that we have made, 1 teaspoon of butter and 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring, and then you need 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt and 1 full 16 ounce package of confectioner's sugar, and a little bit of the coconut milk as needed, depending on like how you want your icing to be the consistency. So I actually looked up how I'm supposed to do this time around instead of just going for it like I usually do. You're gonna beat the butter until it is creamed, And then you're gonna add everything but the powdered sugar and like a splash of coconut milk because that's as needed. Yeah, that's it. So here we go. I'm gonna move this so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Cause that's like, isn't that half the fun of videos like this? Okay. Gotta get my audiobook going again. You are going to add 1 cup of sugar at a time. This is the most tedious part, and I hate it, but also it ends up being delicious. So. That is really good. I like that recipe. Alright, it is time to frost the cakes. Alright, so we are not a professional or anything. We have a plate with some cake. We've got another cake to put on top of this. Some people would like even this out, like cut it so they have 2 flat layers. Not me. I feel like that is a waste of perfectly good cake. Keep an eye out on your frosting as you go because since it has got margarine, if you use margarine, it gets kind of not fun at times. It can start to kind of melt and separate a little bit. So I've had to like work on this and then like put it back in the fridge. Hopefully this will be enough icing. It should be. It should be. Since the recipe is cupcakes and you're supposed to like fill the cupcakes with the butterscotch ganache, which I am not doing, I just like drizzle it between the layers of my cake. So, yes. And here we go. all the icing, but there's some right there. And like, icing is my favorite part of cake. Like, cake is just basically a receptacle for icing. That's how it works. Okay, I have my spoon. Hopefully this hasn't separated too much. It's fine. Yes, good. This is cooler, so it will not. Some of this has solidified on the bottom a little bit, but that's fine. I don't care. I've got what I need right. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! That's gonna be delicious. Like I said, I just kind of drizzle this over the top because it is yummy and should not be wasted. And it's a nice little garnish. Hold on, yeah, there we go. Ooh, yes. Nope, that didn't work quite how I wanted it to work, but you know what? Nobody's buying this thing, so it's fine. Look at that. And I think I got some on the floor because now my feet are sticky. All right, I am going to stick this in the fridge so the icing can be nice and stiff when I actually eat it. I'm coming in for the close-up, not of my face because I've actually taken all of the makeup off. Look at that. We're gonna cut it. I should probably get a plate. Alright, it's not perfect, it's a little lopsided, it's a little messy. I don't care, it's still gonna taste good. Okay. It feels so soft as I'm cutting into it. Oh yes. I have been waiting for this since I made this deal with myself. Haha! Ha! Alright, that needs a little more time in the, the fridge. That's what the word is. I'm gonna go eat me some cake. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and all of that fun stuff. That's it for now, my friends. I should put the knife down. Hold on. Let's do this properly. That's it for now, my friends. Happy reading, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye! I should preheat my oven, though. And take the pans out of the oven.